Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Make sure you guys check out my boy King Sound's new hip-hop and rap album, King Talk, available on all digital platforms of Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, the whole nine. The link will be in the description, and I'll post it in the comment section. Check it out. All right, I heard behind the scenes that Shawn Porter was actually an option for Top Rank for Terence Crawford. It's Kell Brook and him. Obviously, they want the Pacquiaos and the Spencers of the world, but they're going to have to settle for what they can get. Now, it's been a lot of talk that PBC would allow Shawn Porter to go over there and negotiate with Crawford, a few months ago. Then it was Shawn Porter saying Terence had to come over to PBC. And like I said, this has been history between, Top Rank trying to get Shawn Porter over there when he beat Danny Garcia and got the word that they, wanted him to come over and fight Bud after that. And obviously, PBC had plans for him to unify with Errol Spence. But let's talk about Shawn. He did an interview with IFL TV. I'll put an article link in there, and I'll find a video and put in the description under source link. So let's talk about Shawn Porter. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I ain't about to get disrespectful. I'm not, but I think it's time for Shawn Porter to put up or shut up. Okay, he keeps talking about this phantom conversation they supposed to have. Bud, Kugan Cassius didn't even ask Bud, from my memory, when he interviewed him. But, champions shouldn't be chasing challengers. Okay? So, Shawn need to send that phone call over. And once Shawn send the phone call over, if Bud don't want to fight him, Bud just say, hey, man, just keep it confidential. Or Bud has already came out and said it, man, you got to respect it, though. You got to respect it, but he ain't in no position to turn down no fights. Is Shawn Porter a dangerous fight for anybody or him in particular? Yes. Do I believe Bud can beat him? Yes. Do I believe it's going to be easy? No. It's never easy with Shawn Porter. Don't get bowled, head-butted, all of that. But it just seemed that Shawn Porter is clout chasing, And, if he want to make the fight happen, make the fight happen. Nobody want to go from being on the stage, what I'm saying, shining, topic of discussion. The boxing world is staying still for 36 minutes for him and Errol Spence is staying still for another 2 hours after the fight. And Shawn Porter was the topic of every boxing discussion came that night. Nobody want to go back to being the co-main event or FS1 or Bounce TV or go to Impact or Showtime. Nobody want to go back to the G League. Nobody want to go to AA, Single A, Triple A after being in the major league, unless it's an injury. Okay, you feel what I'm saying? So if Shawn Porter want to stay on this stage, not Danny Garcia rematch, not a Keith Thurman rematch, not Ugas rematch, you know what I'm saying? None of that. That's Terence Crawford and Errol Spencer and Manny Pacquiao, only guys that's going to possess the keys to get to that. And Manny Pacquiao is probably going to be either retiring after this layoff or fighting Mikey Garcia and fighting fights like that. So either, Shawn and Terence is going to fight, and they going to make it happen. And my thing is, will the build-up get to the point where, will it be, I don't even think it's a pay-per-view fight, to be honest, because of the COVID-19. And then again, it's respect between the two camps. And there's no dialogue there. Shawn Porter created some dialogue with Errol Spence. Kenny Porter created it, saying that Errol Spence was stupid. They created dialogue. Will it be too much respect here? I believe so. Kenny and Shawn, they love Terence. Terence and them, they got nothing but respect. You heard Bernie and them say for Shawn Porter. They close and all that stuff. But can they get enough verbiage going, enough dialogue going back and forth to build a pay-per-view fight? Pay-per-view ain't just about skills. It's about, ethnic following. It's about, popularity. And it's about, giving people something to talk about outside the square circle, and then giving them a ton to talk out inside the square circle. But giving people something to talk about outside the square circle is more important in pay-per-view than the actual fight. Floyd Mayweather showed that on several occasions. But I think it's best for Shawn Porter and them to negotiate, get the fight done. When all this over with, it's signed, sealed, and delivered. No excuses. It's the quickest way to get an Errol Spence rematch is to get a belt. You know what I'm saying? It's the quickest way to get put in the Hall of Fame. it's the quickest way to finally be on the universally recognized on the pound for pound list of beating Terence Crawford. But it's one big problem with it. If Shawn can cross over, a lot of people gonna be asking, why can't Earl cross over? You know, that's the problem. Because they could have slid some opponents that can punch. You know, Omar Figueroa can punch. Yugas is a big guy, not a puncher. Sergey Lipies can punch. You know, Victor Ortiz can punch. You know, Berto is explosive. Broner is an explosive athlete when he moves his hands. They could have been seeing guys over there. Josito Lopez can crack. He dropped Madonna. People forget that. They could have been seeing people over there. But I think the turning point for them was when Bud beat Felix Diaz into a submission. I think that's when the way he beat up John Molina, it might sound funny, John Molina, and the way he beat up Felix Diaz after Diaz really beat Lamont Peterson and they robbed him, I think they knew that Bud was going to be a problem. And I think they don't have the self-confidence to beat him or believe their fighters can beat them. But my whole thing is, you know, if you creating a superstar, you got to take risks. You know what I'm saying? And that's why PBC don't have no stars, no semi-stars neither. You know what I'm saying? They numbers is bad. You know, Al is buying the tickets up and Jerry Jones buying some tickets. They haven't took no risk. None. No risk. If they can create one pay-per-view star at welterweight like Earl, you know, then they can create a lot of money with him, you know, moving up, fighting guys at 54, cleaning out 47, you know, and they can do a lot of things with him, but they didn't take no risks. They played prevent defense the whole way. And still, when you don't take no risks in boxing, you still, you know, subjected to, you know, risky business. And some of their welterweights got injured. Some of their welterweights lost. They got robbed. So I think it's best for Shawn, you know, either if you're going to do it, you know, be quiet about it, get the deal done, hammer out the details. And then when the COVID-19 over it, announce it. That'll be the hottest shit in boxing going right now. That'll be the talk of the town, and Shawn is going to get a lot of support from people who don't like Terence Crawford. And a lot of people can't even tell you why I don't like Terence Crawford. The myth is he ain't fought nobody. That's a lie. Victor Poster was the number one guy at 140 pounds. He was the lineal guy. He beat the guy who beat the guy. You know what I'm saying? To today's standards, right? Gamboa, he was one of the bigger names at 35. You know, undefeated, but people look back at what they are now in retrospect. Oh, he wasn't that good, and you know he made it look easy. Jeff Horn just had destroyed Manny Pacquiao. You know, down the stretch of that fight, why go see destroy? He gave him a nice little shellacking. You know, and this dude ain't losing rounds. The Kavaliauskas fight is the only fight I've seen him struggle in a bit since. Maybe even the Ray Beltran fight was the last time I really seen him somebody get with him. You know, Thomas Delorme was running some rounds, but you know, it's a myth that Earl is fighting tough competition. Earl ain't doing nothing but fighting, and Shawn and Keith ain't doing nothing but fighting each other. We don't know how good they are. Manny Pacquiao exposed that. You know what I'm saying? An old ass 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao shouldn't be beating a young Keith Thurman. It shouldn't even have been close. You supposed to knock that legend into retirement. Shawn Porter, like I said, he had a draw with Julio Diaz years ago. People felt that he lost. He redeemed himself. He lost to Kell Brook, who had absolutely fought nobody to that point. He had Doug Devin a couple times. Him and Shawn traded injuries. So who was Shawn Porter best win? Danny Garcia? Come on, this same Danny Garcia that lost to Mauricio Herrera, Ashley Theo Payne, Lamont Peterson. Struggle with Eric Morales down there in Houston. You know, but nobody gonna break it down like this for you because one, they haters or they just ignorant boxing fans, or two, they just don't know. They ignorant. Keith Thurman, who did he really beat? He beat Danny Garcia. He barely knocked out Paulie. He barely beat Guerrero. And he struggled with the guys I named with before. Danny Garcia is a terrible welterweight resume to this day. And he beat Shawn Porter. That had already been done before. None of them guys that, you know, they haven't done nothing pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? They didn't nothing but beat each other. That's like being the tallest midget, you know, out the batch. What do that mean when you go into the world of average size human beings? You still a midget. So all they done is is compete amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? They don't mean they better. Just because they got names don't mean they better. And the majority of them came down in weight. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Reach out to me on social media. People talking about Crawford getting dropped by Kyle Velasquez. Shawn Porter got dropped by Adrian Broner.